Well, I'll have another short chat because there's something else, or there's a couple of other things on my mind. And that the last video that I just recorded was quite short. That's a good thing. I've been meditating on the meaning of Job, the name Job, because I'm reading Job at the moment and really getting into it. I think it's a very complex, well, it's all complex, isn't it? What am I talking about? But my understanding seems to be growing, I would say. And I looked at the meaning of the name Job. I think I've done it before, I couldn't remember. And I think the main adjective used was afflicted. And that makes sense, of course, in the context. And then I became curious about the modern use of job. What is a job? We do different jobs. And so I was curious about the etymology of job. And if you look into it, it doesn't go back all that far. It's sort of mid-1600s that the word first appears, and with slightly different meaning. And its use to describe our occupation is later. So it's not that old. It's been adopted. And I wonder whether it hasn't been deliberately sewn in to the narrative so that we become the afflicted and we call ourselves Job. Because a job is an affliction in a manner of speaking. I don't mean that work is an affliction. Work is a blessing. But a job, once it becomes a job, I guess, there's a task. We have a task. But when we describe it as a job, we are describing our affliction, our slavery. Language is pretty subtle stuff, isn't it? You know, when you start to break it down, and how it's been used to mold our mind. Another reason why AI is, the wickedness of AI is just immeasurable. I've come to believe that AI is the Antichrist. I don't know whether that's a reasonable assumption, but it seems to me that it really is he who stands against the Christ, against the word of truth. AI has removed it. People are marching down to London today. They're going to march up and down and protest. It's such a futile gesture and so misinformed, I think. But there will be millions meeting together in London and walking along the streets. And then the national news networks will say that there were quite small numbers and they will show footage. But the footage can be easily generated by AI. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It'll just be used, they're just pawns in the game. Why don't people think more deeply about the things that are happening in the world and the true nature of restoration in Britain? We don't go and we're not protesting outside the walls of the palace. It's far beyond that. Far beyond that. They don't care. They probably enjoy it. It's sport to them. We are as the scum of the earth in their eyes. It's too horrible to contemplate, perhaps, so people don't get it. But that's how it is. In a way, it's paying respect to our enemy, to take the time to study and to understand what we're dealing with, what we're facing, and what subtlety. This is important. It's very easy to underestimate the subtlety of the accuser. But be ye as wise as serpents and as harmless as doves. So we're instructed by the Saviour. God bless again.